Hello, Nikki Cottom here. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about what top 5 essential oils that you might need in just about any situation with the outdoors. Now, I wanted to mention a few things right off the bat. As much as I love citrus oils, and they're amazing. They make you feel like summer and all of that. There are a few things to keep in mind about citrus oils, and I wanted to mention that because you would probably freak out as to why none of these are citrus oils that I'm talking about for outside, when citrus oils represent the sunshine and brightness and all of that. Okay, so here's the deal with citrus oils. They are wonderful for seasonal stuff with the mood and whatnot. They're really good at supporting the mood through those transitional times. They help bring the sunshine in. However, they also make the skin more sensitive to heat, which is why I don't recommend you use citrus essential oils, especially a lot of them in your bath water, because they can make your skin more sensitive to heat. Okay, so there's something there. The other thing about citrus oils is that they often attract bees, and we love honeybees, but we don't really want to confuse them. Like when I do diffuse essential oils in my house, especially wild orange, bees will hover around the screen and where's the citrus? So if you're one of those people that loves to camp, just keep in mind that citrus oils can attract wildlife, and so that may not necessarily be what you're going for. However, I do know people who use essential oils. For example, they'll make a mixture with maybe lemon juice and lemon essential oil or other citruses and put these in their hair, and then lay out in the sun with their hair in the sunshine and allow the sunshine to bleach highlights in. Okay, so definitely that's what I want to say about citruses before I dive in. So if you don't freak out that none of the 5 essential oils I'm highlighting here are citruses. Okay, the other thing, now let's get into this a little bit more. I have 6 essential oils up here. And you're probably thinking, you said only 5, Nikki. Well, I couldn't make up my mind about a couple of them. So I will let you swap in and out, whatever essential oils work for you. I also wanted to mention there's this keychain, doTERRA keychain, that you can either get on doTERRA itself. Just type in when you're in your cart, check getting your order, type in keychain or something like that, and it will come up. You can purchase this as part of your loyalty rewards or standard order, or you can also get these on Oil Life and aromatools.com. So what it has, and many of them come with essential oil sample bottles in them. This particular one doesn't. So keep in mind, you highlight the item and make sure you know whether it comes with them or not. I have plenty of these sample bottles, so I usually get them without, just because they're a few dollars cheaper if you get them without. So that's what I do. But see, there are little slots you can stick the sample bottles in. So you can get these and you can put just 10 to 15 drops of your top emergency oils in there. And this is great. It hooks onto a keychain. It clips onto your purse, anywhere you might need it. Clips onto the diaper bag, whatever. It's really handy. I also have a CD case full of them, but I also try to keep these with the bags that I have rotating around, because it's super easy. If it clips onto my church bag or whatever, then when I go to church, I always have some oils with me, regardless of whether I have my diaper bag or not. So it's really handy to have these. So let me talk about each of these oils and why I use each of these oils for first aid. The first oil I have, let me look at this for a second. Okay, perfect. So this is TerraShield. This is doTERRA's shielding blend. Now, emotionally, it just came to my mind, I should talk about the emotional side of this, okay? So the emotional aspect of TerraShield is it is a shielding blend emotionally. So if you feel like you're like being, I don't know, attacked by unseen insects or whatever, TerraShield is great at helping you just be able to, you know, stand calm amidst the storm and let the storm rage on the outside of your bubble, right? So it's amazing for that. So I love TerraShield. TerraShield is also the repellent or outdoor blend. And what you can do for this, and I forgot to bring out my fractionated coconut oil, but you can mix, or, you know, if you're on the go and you just have a few drops in one of these things, all really you need is to put some on maybe some of your heat points, your pressure points, which would be like your wrists, your elbows, your neck, your ankles, the backs of your knees. You may notice that when you get mosquito bites, they often attack in those places, right? Well, those are heat points. So insects can smell your blood a lot better when near those points. So TerraShield is great. I sometimes, if I'm lazy, just put them on that pressure point. I also can make myself in a little 8-ounce, 4 to 8 ounce spritzer bottle, 1 drop per ounce or 2 drops per ounce. So if it's an 8-ounce spritzer, I may have 16 drops of TerraShield, fill the rest up with water, and then I have my own sprayer. It's completely natural. It smells amazing. Like, you will be amazed at how good TerraShield smells. It just smells glorious. It does have vanilla in it and a lot of other essential oils that smell wonderful, like a bunch of aphrodisiacs that are awesome for us, but also repel bugs. So it's kind of a really cool thing. I love TerraShield. Once again, it lasts in your system 4 to 6 hours. So keep that in mind when you're using TerraShield. So reapply as needed. And I really love TerraShield for insects, to repel those, also just to feel calm amidst raging storms of whatnot. Also, insects that may bother your scalp or your body. TerraShield is wonderful for that. In fact, you can take a little spritzer, spray whatever you need to, okay? Spray, it can totally just help be that shielding for you, okay? Lavender, probably the #1 first aid oil. Okay, this lavender has amazing properties at soothing the skin. So whether you have like a burn or a cut or an insect bite or you know, some sort of, you know, sting on the skin, it can really help pull the inflammation out and soothe the skin. So it's really awesome for those little first aid issues. Also, I really like lavender in case, you know, we encounter a sunburn or something. Then we'll mix it with a little bit of fractionated coconut oil or vinegar. Vinegar also helps pull burns out of the skin, or even make a paste with lavender and bentonite clay and water and let it rest on it to pull the heat out so it can soothe the skin rapidly. I love lavender for its instant soothing effects. My kids help me in the kitchen making food. They help me cook eggs till, you know, from the time they can sit on a stool. And oftentimes my kids will touch something that's hot near the stove or on the stove, and in which case then I've got my lavender handy. And I love it. I love it. It just helps save so much heartache and amazing. I'll talk about this in a specific blend in a minute. Peppermint. Okay, peppermint is so awesome at, you know, for helping with respiratory things. Also, if you were to put lemon in a spritzer, you could like you might do with the TerraShield. So plan to go to the store, go on Amazon and buy some like 8-ounce spritzer bottles. Make one with TerraShield. Make one with peppermint. You'll really like these spritzers. Okay, so peppermint. If I have inflammation anywhere, peppermint can really soothe inflammations in the tissues of the muscles of the body. So if you have a minor injury or something, you know, pull out peppermint. You may use a little bit of fractionated coconut oil to soothe the area, but in a spritzer form, it's very cooling. So same thing, 1 to 2 drops per ounce. So 8 to 16 drops of peppermint in an 8 ounce spritzer bottle. Fill it up with water, cold water preferably, but shake it up right before you use it in both the TerraShield or the peppermint's case. Spray it and then spray yourself to cool off. It has an amazing cooling effect, which I love so much. When you're outside, you're working in the garden, you're so hot, you're sweating, and it's just so cooling and refreshing. So it's a great one to have, even if you're on a bike ride or something and you're like, oh, I'm just so hot. You can spray yourself. It feels glorious. Just try it. Trust me. Don't spray your eyes, please. Don't spray in when the wind's blowing toward you. Don't spray up here, okay? Like, make sure it's not going to go into your eyes because your eyes will sting. It's peppermint. Come on. But, spray yourself. I mean, it smells so wonderful. It feels so good. It's so refreshing on the skin. It's just so cooling. I love it. Also in the garden. Okay, peppermint as well as TerraShield. So if you have a spritzer of both TerraShield and peppermint, like, go to town on your garden. Seriously. Both are incredibly good at keeping insects away from your garden. And in our gardens, we try to only use organic soil, good seeds. We don't want any pesticides in our garden that's yielding up our delicious organic food. So we want natural things. So 2 of the natural things that we really love to use is TerraShield and peppermint. And you can take those spritzers, or even like we have a gallon sprayer, and we'll just put an entire bottle of peppermint in. Okay, so this costs like $22 wholesale. And it will last you all year in a gallon sprayer. You can go out there, especially at the roughest times of the year where bugs are really prevalent. Right at the beginning, you might only have to spray, a few times in the morning or the evening. But when it gets, to be really bad, especially toward the end when lots of crops are coming in and the bugs are just going to town, then in the morning or the evening, not in high sun, because that could potentially, hurt, the same reason you don't want to water the plants when the sun is really bright, because, it could burn the plants, the reflection of the water, right? It's not a great time. The water evaporates right off. But in the evenings and the mornings, you can spray your plants, spray them directly, spray the soil around them, either with one of those gallon sprayers or just with, you can make yourself one of these. Glass is best, but I actually didn't have my glass one today. I think we ran out of our glass ones. The sprayers, after a few years, have broken. So I haven't bought new ones yet, but I will. But you can get one like a 32-ounce bottle or something, or a 32-ounce or a 16-ounce, and just put 1 to 2 drops. Fill it up the whole way. You can even do a combination of peppermint and TerraShield in one like that, and just spray everything. Spiders hate peppermint. Mosquitoes hate peppermint. A lot of other critters hate peppermint, not just bugs, but other critters that may want to bother your garden. So I love that. I love, using essential oils. Also, we haven't had any problem with pollination, deterring, pollinating insects. So just the harmful ones that we don't want to see around. We don't see around when we use these 2. So I love peppermint for all those reasons. And then I wanted to talk about melaleuca, or tea tree oil. Okay, when you get a minor injury that may be somewhat infected, and you want to use a more natural approach to just kind of cleaning out the wound, which I do, especially, if I know that there's, nothing too serious, but, my kids will sustain, a wound and it will be bleeding or something. And I just want to clean it out, make sure that it's, that it's cleaned out to a good enough degree naturally. I like to use melaleuca right on the site. Now, be careful depending on how deep the wound is. But if it's right on the surface, if it's cut or something and it's bleeding, I will put melaleuca on it. I don't want to risk, infections and stuff. And so I really like putting melaleuca on to just kind of help, with that disinfectant type of process. Although, melaleuca is very natural. So I really like to have it. And then on top of that, if you, for example, like if you have this pouch, and this is really cool. If you have this pouch, but you don't have any Band-Aids, like some people try to stick Band-Aids on the side or whatever and really just have it, chock full of amazing things for first aid. If you didn't even have a Band-Aid in there, but you had myrrh essential oil, myrrh actually acts as a liquid Band-Aid. So for example, like if I have a cut, which, I mean, I have a really tiny boo-boo right there. But let's just say it's like open and it's bleeding. I know naturally my body can take care of it, but I just want to give it the extra, care it needs. I'll just put a little bit of melaleuca either right on top of it or around it. Okay. And then take some myrrh. And myrrh comes out super slow, guys. So sorry, I don't mean to flip you off. There's a little bit on my finger right there. And just putting it right on, just dabbing it right on. You'll see it's kind of like, maybe you'll see it kind of like a yellowish color. It's a yellowish color. It acts as a liquid Band-Aid. It just holds things in place. It helps to stop the bleeding flow and stuff like that. So I really like myrrh. And that's why, these are the top 5 I brought out, myrrh, but I also brought out frankincense because frankincense is one of those, like, when in doubt, use frankincense. So frankincense, technically you can just use to help boost the immune system, help, it basically, frankincense helps raise the vitality of the body. And when the vitality is raised, the body can do a lot of amazing things, right? So self-healing is a lot more rapid when you use frankincense. So I said only the top 5, but I'm really torn. I kind of want to bring frankincense along for the ride if you're okay with that, number 6. But just so you know, like, these pouches have 8 slots in them, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? So if you buy one, especially with the smaller dram bottles, the sample bottles there, then you have, even if you use those 6, you still have 2 more slots to either put a little bit of fractionated coconut oil or one of your other favorite oils that you want to use. And you're welcome to put a citrus oil in there. That's totally fine. Citrus oils are great for cleansing and purifying and stuff. But the reason I didn't bring them out is because, when it comes to camping and stuff, I might even be a little bit careful with TerraShield and peppermint, just because those, have, like, this one has vanilla in it, and peppermint sometimes is in foods, right? So, best to, if you're camping in bear country and stuff, maybe keep these locked in a car or in a bear box. But I really like the rest of these. Most of these, I haven't ever had trouble with, animals coming around. I've been using them for years. But I've never had trouble with bears or anything coming and sniffing me out, sniffing out my tent when I've had my essential oils in there with me. But usually I don't want to risk it. So, sometimes I will keep them in the car or in a bear box just to be safe, right? But anyways, hopefully that helps. Hopefully I've talked enough. There's one more thing I wanted to mention, and that's for skin. So if you have these on hand and you encounter kind of like a really bad, like, skin abrasion or something, and you're like, I just really want to put whatever I can on this to help soothe it. Whether it's like you realize, man, I have this awful sunburn or something like that. You can make a combination. Peppermint is very cooling. It has a very cooling effect, which is nice. Then lavender can help relieve the skin, right? And then melaleuca, if there's any, like, concern or worry about some sort of bacteria or infection resulting from it, melaleuca is great to add. And then frankincense, when in doubt, use frankincense, right? It's great for the skin as well. Myrrh also is, so technically, like, all of these are amazing for the skin when you have, like, skin issues like that coming out. So those are all great ones to carry around in a little pouch like this. So definitely be prepared for whatever your adventures look like. You can use these gardening, you can use them backpacking, biking, hiking, camping, just at the pool, swimming, all these things, like carrying them around, it's just, you'll feel prepared. So let me know if you have any questions or if there are any specific regimens I mentioned that you want like more information on. I may have done a video or have some sort of information on that already. So feel free to ask away, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. And anyways, have a wonderful day and take care. Thank you. Thank you for watching.